Okay. I'd like to welcome everybody to the December meeting of the Public Works Committee of the Niskayuna Town Board. And may I please ask the clerk to call the roll?
Yes, Chairperson McGraw is here. Supervisor Syed. Matt Yeto. Dan Bullock. Ismat Alam.
Yes.
Brian Backus. Stan Faminsky. Elena Finnan. Paul Briggs.
I'm here.
Laura Robertson. Michelle Martinelli.
Here.
Diane Percy. Ray Smith. Pete Rakovica. Seth Goldstein is here. Jamie Puciani. And did I miss anyone? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Kathy. I just wanted to review the minutes. Does anybody have any edits, additions, corrections? If not, I will make a motion to accept the minutes of the October and November Public Works meetings. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion carries. The minutes are approved. Item number 2, Administration and Engineering.
Okay, just an update on our COVID response. Nothing has changed as far as our protocols that we're following. We're still doing pre-screening before entering homes. The guys are wearing masks if they're in a close office environment. If they're sitting at their own station, they're not required to wear a mask. The one question I do have, though, is it possible for the town to send out an email or a notice just to remind or to let the staff know that boosters are available? I've been hearing a lot of talk about the timing for booster shots, and the majority of the staff that we have that received the vaccines,
Yeah,
they're at that time or past the
Sure.
time frame.
sure. Well, we all got them around the same time. So,
Yeah.
yep. So, Ismet, is that something that your office can take on?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it seems like good practice for everyone. Thank you very much, Ismet. And we know where we can send them?
Me? No, I don't.
Okay,
But I can find out from the county.
great.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Good idea.
Next, is Attorney Zenz. Paul?
Good morning. Yes,
Morning.
good morning. The Myers petition, I thought that was being removed from the agenda. There's nothing to report. With respect to the Pierce Road sewer extension, Matt's office has received some estimates from engineering firms for the cost to design that project. One of the issues that I'm working with is that the costs are exceeding what we expected the project to cost. So that may cause a problem with respect to going forward with the petition at this time. But it's something I've got to look at. I've got to go back and redo the numbers and get a new estimate on if the engineering costs are what they are. I have to get a new estimate on the actual project cost. I don't have any update on the city water billing. I do have a call into the city about the connection for Rivers Ledge. That's an issue that I'm dealing with the city about that, because we're going to be, I don't know what the timing is on that from Matt's department, but at some point in time we're installing a new meter pit between the city and the town, and that's an issue that I've got to direct my attention to with the city attorney. The Dish Network, we're waiting for Dish Network. We're waiting for Dish Network to respond to. I had given them a quote with respect to what we were going to expect from them with respect to the cost to put their equipment on our tower. That also included them having to remove any existing obsolete equipment that's been abandoned. I'm still waiting for them to respond to that. And I don't have anything to report on the town code changes for illegal dumping.
Thank you very much, Attorney Briggs. Water and sewer maintenance?
We have at least one open position on the water and sewer crew. I've done several interviews, and I have a candidate that I would like to recommend to the board for appointment in December.
Okay,
The next one is just an update on the number of road cuts that we have. It's just a number that is important to Ray. We had 3 water breaks in town roads that required a cut of the pavement.
is there something going on Plum this morning?
Not that I'm aware of. There's been a lot of gas work over there.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's it. The signs and stuff look different than ours. So, okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
they've got a lot of that whole neighborhood torn up right now, National Grid.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Item C, we currently have our annual materials procurement bids out right now. The opening is on Tuesday. We should have recommended vendors for everything from pipes to valves, fire hydrants, all the materials that the Water and Sewer Department uses annually, ready for the board meeting for acceptance.
Great, thank you.
Item D, the sewer lining project over in the Country Club area. Aerial Contracting is working over in that neighborhood. They started on Tuesday. They've been doing cleaning and inspection of the mains. They'll come back next week and do the actual lining portion of the work. Only had a very minor interaction with the public on that. A couple of people had some minor questions. Everyone seems happy with the process so far. A letter was sent out to every resident affected by the project, and I've had 2 calls.
Excellent, thank you.
The dump truck repair, item E, one of our large 10-wheel dump trucks has suspension issues that needs to be repaired. Cost exceeds my threshold. I think the quote that we have is around $9,100. So I'll need to take that to get a board resolution to get that
Sure.
moving. It's one of our, the 2 that we use primarily for water breaks and other large projects.
Okay, so you have those, Elena?
I'm here.
Thank you.
All right, wastewater treatment plant, just an update on the high-strength waste program. Just after our last Public Works Committee meeting, we received a notice from DEC that we did get approval to start taking in fats, oils, and greases, along with the soda waste that we are
Yeah,
also permitted for. So that process is ongoing. We're working with ESG to procure vendors for that. And we're setting up the training, which should begin in January of our staff, just a refresher course because of the timing and some new hires down there.
excellent. Well, that's excellent work by everyone. Thank you very much for your leadership. Matt, Paul Briggs was tremendously helpful as well. And so this is great that,
It was a great team effort, and I appreciated all the help that we had on getting this approved. Thank you very much. The next item is the annual quotes that we receive for chemicals and for lab services for both the water plant and the wastewater plant. It's listed under both plants. We are seeing issues with supply.
Right.
There are some vendors that will not give us prices for next year. They will not hold prices because of the uncertainty. We'll do our best to get as many of the numbers that we can, and we'll have a resolution at the end of this month.
okay. Thank you.
Water treatment plant, item A is just a carryover from last month. It was something that was missed, went through our committee, but unfortunately was missed from the board meeting. It's just a minor contract amendment to allow us to pay the former chief plant operator to come in and work for 4 hours for the town to help us with an issue. We had an agreement with him that had a time frame at which this occurred about a month or two after when the time frame ended. We never ended up using him like we thought we were going to, so the money was never an issue. It was just the timing of his assistance.
Okay.
Let's see. That's all I have for that section. The recycling center. We did a resolution last month or the month before to allow us to change the code to include one-day passes at the
Right,
transfer
yes,
station. But we failed to put a fee with that.
right.
So we need a resolution that would set the fee. Michelle mentioned that to me, and I think it's probably better to have it separate. That way we don't have to amend town code every time.
Exactly.
But we just
Right,
have
and
to-
we always set fees separately anyway, so
Mhm.
we should have just had a second resolution. So, are we not giving out one-day passes yet because of that?
Yes, we can't sell them because we don't have a price for that. We know what we want to sell them for.
All right, so we just need a resolution on the price?
Yes.
Okay, great. And you or the clerk, I see who's on, what was the number? It was like
It was $20.
20, that's okay. Just so everyone
Mhm.
is
Yeah,
reminded. Thank
it's been-
you.
We've talked about it. It encourages people to get a full pass, but if they really do need a one day, then they can pay the $20, and many people see that as well worth it. 'Cause I would. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
not going to come back again for the year, it's worth it. B, it's still looking for a tentative resolution here on hiring a transfer station attendant. Did have some interest from a former worker down there. I'm not sure if he wants to do it or not. I'm going to have further discussion with him later on, probably earlier next week.
Okay,
And then finance committee and board action, majority of these are just carried over. They're just consolidated for Elena so that she can draft the resolutions, except we'll have a resolution for budgetary modifications,
Mhm.
end of the year kind of things. just
yeah,
trying
of
to,
course.
Pay some of the remainder of the small bills that
Yep.
just at the end of the year here. And that's it.
Okay,
I do have on here an executive session.
do you need that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I am going to make a motion to go into executive session. And coming out of executive session, there'll be no further business. So we will adjourn immediately following the executive session. So I will make a motion. I have a second.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So I assume we need the supervisor, the attorney, the comptroller. Who do we need here?
That's probably it.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay. Kathy, thank you very much for the final time. I appreciate all. Okay, Seth, can you hear my voice, Seth? Here he comes running. He heard my voice. It's like a dog whistle.